Good evening. Friday evening here from Richland, New Jersey, the home of the St. Augustine Hermits Paul Rodeo Gymnasium for high school basketball. The second season is starting tonight as the Cape Atlantic League playoffs are underway, with this game in particular as the St. Augustine Hermits are playing host to a team they played at the beginning of January, the Holy Spirit Spartans. And in that game, St. Augustine, of course, had a very good night. We'll talk about that in a second. But Dave Catalana and yours truly, Fred Melendez, we're here for the Cape Atlantic League playoffs. And the second season always gets a little extra jolt of adrenaline when you get the playoffs in full gear.
Everything that you do through the season, the regular season games, the practices, the showcase events we talk about, all building to get to this point. And you have the Cape Atlantic League first, which is sort of that appetizer.
Yes.
Until you get to the state playoff, which will start in a couple of weeks.
Now, the Holy Spirit team, they played earlier in January, and it was a 68-42 win by St. Augustine that day. That's the kind of game I don't think we can expect this time around. This time of the season, I think Holy Spirit's got a little more gamesmanship, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit, and certainly in the playoff scenario, Jamie Gillespie knows Paul Rodeo extremely well, so the familiarity, I think, is definitely there for the players as well, and I don't think they're going to get caught in that same wave they were caught in the first time when they played when St. Augustine jumped out to a 23-5 first quarter lead.
Of course, tonight, the start of the playoffs, the second round is next week, Monday or Tuesday?
Correct. They're going to go next week because of the holiday, Monday.
Oh, right.
The games won't be until Thursday night, would be the second round, and then they would move to the final at Stockton, which would be on Saturday.
Okay. Paul Rodeo, of course, getting his team ready for this game. What's the gist that you got from Paul Rodeo tonight?
He's hoping for a little more of the same that they played, obviously, the first time around. He's not expecting the same effort out of Holy Spirit, and he's hoping that his team's ready to bounce back after a loss Wednesday night.
Okay, so we have some basketball coming your way. Stay with us here on S&J Today, Facebook Live and YouTube Live, brought to you by Toyota of Vineland. A pleasure to have them aboard to bring you these high school basketball games. St. Augustine always in games, and we enjoy watching them, bring them to you. In fact, we have a coach's corner to get to, so let's see what Coach Rodeo does have to say about tonight's matchup against the Spartans of Holy Spirit.
And here we are in our Coach's Corner, Dave Catalana along with St. Augustine head coach Paul Rodeo. And it's playoff time here at St. Augustine. The Cape Atlantic League playoffs start tonight. St. Augustine taking on Holy Spirit. But, Coach, before we talk about tonight's game,
sure,
let's talk about Wednesday night. You go up to Trenton Catholic, and you and I did talk after the game. I know you were impressed and you were happy with the way your team played, with the exception of one small run there in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, as you and I have talked on this show before, when you set your schedule up, you're setting up to try to put yourself in a good position for this time of the year to be ready to play. So you play Camden and you play Trenton Catholics and teams like that that are going to give you all that you could handle and everything. So we went up there not knowing if we would be able to handle their pressure. They went in with a 7 losses. They're now 15-7. However, the 7 losses are 7 powerhouses in the state of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. So when you only lose to Linden at Linden by 3, whatever. You know, we play without Charles Solomon, one of our starters, and we're up 16 in the third quarter. So I couldn't be unhappy with that, if not for a 3-minute span in the end of that third quarter where we had good shot selection. We turned the ball over. We made mistakes. We succumbed to the pressure. And then we bounced back, I thought, and played very, very well. So leaving there the day after, I was upset. Today I look at it as a learning experience for a bunch of young kids that are going to make a run, I hope, now in the playoffs. So you play a game up there. Again, you mentioned them having 7 losses, and people might look at that and not realize, again, the competition that you talk about. Fred's got one of the best programs, no question. Extremely athletic team. You go in there knowing that you may see something like that you could see them later in this Cal tournament if you advance. Well, I use the example. They are Paul VI. It's very similar to them. They're not quite as athletic, nor quite as aggressive, but they're a lot like them. So you won't want to try to get involved with something like that. You want to try to see what it's like. I thought we matched them play for play except for those 3 minutes.
What did your team do well to get that 16-point?
We ran our sets better than we've been running them for a long time. We scored off them. We wanted to run some time. We ran 30 seconds to a minute each time down and got a good shot. If we didn't score, it still was a good shot. We turned the ball over 7 times. Other than that 3-minute span. That 3-minute span, we turned it over 7 more times. So other than that, I thought we did everything we wanted to do. We were not out-rebounded.
Well, how do you do that? How do you not get out-rebounded? You said Charles didn't play that night. Was that
the freshman kid Delaney played very, very well. Nicky Lee, who had been hurt and been playing a little bit for us, played a little bit better. He did a nice job. I think that Nakem Oda had been hurt and sick and hasn't been playing. He did a nice job. I think they all stepped up. We came into practice yesterday, talked about it, and I think we're ready to make a run in the playoffs.
Charles back tonight?
Charles is back tonight.
And everyone else seems pretty healthy?
Everybody else, we're about as healthy as we've been for a while now. No more flu, no anything else, no more excuses. We have what we have tonight.
So let's talk about the Cape Atlantic League playoffs, this 8-team tournament, which you had a big hand in starting that in this area. Just talk about that real brief.
Well, we just thought that, you and I had spoken a lot about how the Central and North Jersey teams had a little bit of an advantage over us down here in that they had county tournaments. So if you and I were going up to scout at that time, it would have been St. Peter's of New Brunswick. We were going to Rutgers at the Rack, and it was 15,000 people, and it was just about sold out. And they were leaving that tournament to play us, and we weren't used to that type of thing. So I said some type of a league tournament, county tournament would be great. They decided on this format. This at least puts this together this way and builds up from here to Apsigami to Stockton. We've won it 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row.
So, I mean, we've been very fortunate to utilize this tournament and then use that as the springboard for the state tournament.
Well, we talked about the tournament on our last Coach's Corner, and we weren't sure who the matchup was going to be because we weren't sure of that seeding from really 4 to 8. Did it play out the way you thought it was going to be in the seedings?
Very close. I thought 4 through 7 you could have thrown it and made an argument anyway. Pleasantville has been playing better lately. I guess they credited them for that play and made them the 4 seed. St. Joe's has stumbled at late. They dropped them to the 5th. Holy Spirit won their division. They gave them the 6 over Millville, which they could have switched that, but gave them the credit for winning their division and put Millville at 7 and Ocean City at 8. I don't think anybody has any real problems with it. It's pretty close to what everybody thought.
Well, it's pretty close, and as the tournament moves on, always the higher seeds playing, at least this first game is at home, then you say you go to the neutral sites, and obviously people are going to have their sights set on this game a little bit. Certainly down Pleasantville, where your son Paulie is playing
no question
tonight, that's a big one in the 4-5, who will eventually, if the seeds fall, play against Atlantic City, who's the 1, Wildwood Catholic the 2. But you have Holy Spirit coming in here. Obviously, you know Jamie, you know their program well. Beat them earlier here fairly handily, I would say, at least a bigger margin than you thought going into that game.
Yeah, I mean, it is a rivalry. I don't like playing rivalry games, but it is a rivalry. I don't think they match with us our style of play. I don't think that style is conducive to when they beat Ocean City the other night in a very good game by double digits, but I think they play against that 2-3 matchup nice, and that kind of fits what they like. They did not like our pressure style the last time. We're going to obviously give them a little bit more of it tonight and hope they don't like it again.
Tempo is always a key. Pressure from St. Augustine. Get yourselves back on a roll. Always survive in advance. When you get to the playoffs, you get that first bite of playoff action here at the Cape Atlantic, and then you start the
state playoff the week after. Yeah.
Another week from now. And there's a long layoff here. You play tonight, and if you win...
We don't play till next Thursday night.
Okay.
So
we'll bring the game here. Hopefully we're talking about a win the next time around. St. Augustine looking to defend their 3-time Cape Atlantic League championship, and they're starting it all off tonight with Holy Spirit, and we're going to have it for everyone on SNJ today. Coach, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, Coach Rhodey, of course, talking about the way the things went this week. When we last saw you here on Facebook Live, S&J Today, the ACIT squad was in the gymnasium for seniors night, 71-39 win. So they step up to Trenton Catholic and get the kind of test you want to get heading into a playoff situation.
As Coach mentioned, the season when he sets that schedule, he sees teams like Camden and he sees teams like Trenton Catholic, and was supposed to have St. Pat's on the schedule this year, but the Martin Luther King team that they played, all of those were things where some worked out to be losses, right, like Camden, like Eastern, like Trenton Catholic. But as he said, they learned from that in every one of their games. I think they learned a little bit about their team. They played without Charles Solomon the other night, who was ill, so you play without him, and you don't get out-rebounded against a really athletic team. Tim Delaney stepped up. A young sophomore, Nick Leo, who doesn't get a lot of minutes, played well for him. So other guys stepped up in that kind of game, and that's some depth that you like to have as you head into the playoffs.
And of course, those are measuring stick games. I always view those kind of games as that when you play the best you can play, that kind of tells you where you're at as a team as well.
Yeah, you always want to come out with the win, and it was a heartbreaking loss to made a tough shot at the buzzer, very well contested and defended by Jordan Kendrick, but the kid made a play and scores at the buzzer. So you go away, you long drive home on a Valentine's night from Trenton. But I think Coach, as he said, the next day he was upset, bounced back, kids are ready, and you hope that they come out like that tonight.
Of course, you have Thursday to go through your practice session, wipe that slate clean a little bit, work on things that didn't work for you the night before so that you're ready for this game tonight.
Well, that's really, and that leads me right into our keys to the game. So let's talk about our keys to the game brought to us by our friends at Toyota of Vineland. And the first part is no hangover. A tough loss, long ride home, but let's bounce back. Don't have the hangover from a tough buzzer-beating loss. The second thing is all about the pressure. Holy Spirit didn't handle it the first time. Can they withstand it this time? Because St. Augustine's going to throw the kitchen sink at these guards from Holy Spirit again. And then the last part is St. Augustine can't, if they beat the pressure, they can't leave open threes because Holy Spirit has some kids that can shoot the ball from the outside. They have experienced guards. And if they're left open, they're going to take those shots because Jamie Gillespie knows he's going to need to score in bunches if he's going to stay in this one.
And, of course, Holy Spirit would like to get a few of those runs. We noted that the Hermits had that 23-5 first quarter the first time around. That's the kind of start that, of course, Jamie Gillespie and the Spartans don't want to see. So you'd like to think they're going to be a little more determined to stay close after one quarter.
Withstand sort of the punch early on is what they can try to do. I remember that game, we had it was one of the first games we broadcast this year. Jamie used a lot of timeouts. Just nothing was working. Hermits were clicking on all cylinders at that time. So obviously Jamie's been around, knows he's a good coach. He knows what to expect as he's walking into this gym, and I'm sure he's going to have his kids prepared for that pressure and that onslaught that St. Augustine can bring.
Okay, of course, there's 6 other teams in the tournament. Let's talk about the matchups that we have coming up. Of course, no surprise that the top seed is Atlantic City. The Vikings, of course, split this season with St. Augustine. As a top seed, how do you think Atlantic City is going to fare here?
It's all going to go through Atlantic City, and if they're playing on all cylinders, it's going to be tough for anyone. St. Augustine, Wildwood Catholic, to go into what would be at Stockton and win the game there against Atlantic City. If they're firing on all cylinders, they're obviously the most talented team, but nobody can sleep on Wildwood Catholic. St. Augustine lost to them down there. If they both advance past this, they'll play at Absegami. It's a little bit bigger court, might be to St. Augustine's advantage.
I was going to say a neutral court.
I mean, it's tougher to play there, no question, and Wildwood Catholic has a huge home court advantage. St. Augustine played well, but not well enough, and Wildwood Catholic has really just run the table the whole way. They've got a tough one with Millville tonight. St. Augustine with Holy Spirit. And then the one that's the most intriguing is the 4-5 matchup, Pleasantville-St. Joe. They split the season series. They both have won, I believe, on their own home court, and this one is at Pleasantville. They'll be playing that one later tonight.
So if the bracket plays out the way the top seeds go, St. Augustine will have to go through Wildwood Catholic and Atlantic City. Not an enviable task, but nonetheless, they'll be up for the challenge, no doubt.
3-time defending Cape Atlantic League champs, as we said, they do not want to relinquish that, especially for a senior like Marlon Hargis. He's been on the team that's sort of hoisted that trophy at Stockton for the last 3 years and doesn't want to go out as last year without it.
And of course, we certainly expect Marlon Hargis to have one of those games where he takes charge early, sets the tone for his team, and Charlie Solomon underneath there with the rebounding prowess, and we'll see how St. Augustine comes out both ends of the court. As we say, they're going to try to break it a fast break kind of game, use their defense to create the offense, and see how they can fare against Holy Spirit. We're going to turn things over to our PA announcer, Will Morris, for some introductions, and of course the national anthem, which is coming up in a moment.
Will strict the violator to ejection may result in penalties being assessed against your team. If such comments are heard, a penalty will be assessed immediately. The officials have been instructed not to issue warnings. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. This time we ask everyone in attendance to please rise. Gentlemen, please remove any headgear as we honor the United States of America and all those who defend our nation at home and abroad with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight, the Cape Atlantic League proudly presents this league quarterfinal between the the Spartans of Holy Spirit High School and the Hermits of St. Augustine Prep. Now for tonight's starting lineups. First, wearing the visiting gold jerseys and entering tonight's contest for the record of 13 wins and 10 losses. Please welcome the 6th-seeded Spartans of Holy Spirit. Starting at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 2, Reese Miller. Starting at guard, a 5'9" senior, number 5, Drew Gallagher. Starting at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 1, Joe Marzak. Starting at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 13, Sam LaMonica. And starting at forward, a 6'2" junior, number 21, Jake LaMonica. The head coach of the Spartans in his 12th season is Mr. Jamie Gillespie. Ladies and gentlemen, the Spartans of Holy Spirit. And now wearing the home white jerseys and entering tonight's contest with a record of 18 wins and 5 losses, your 3rd-seeded Hermits of St. Augustine Prep. Starting at guard, a 5'8" junior, number 3, Jordan Kendrick. Starting at guard, a 5'11" sophomore, number 34, Kevin Foreman. Starting at forward, a 6'7" senior, number 20, Marlon Hargis. Starting at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 24, Travis Stoll. And starting at center, a 6'5" junior, number 25, Charles Solomon. The head coach of the Hermits in his 41st season is Mr. Paul Rodeo. Ladies and gentlemen, your Hermits of St. Augustine Prep.
Well, there you have the table set up for tonight's contest, the quarterfinal round of the Cape Atlantic League Tournament for 2017 and 2018 season. Starting lineups once again real quick for Holy Spirit. Number 5 is Dean Gallagher. Number 2, Reese Miller. Number 13, Sam LaMonica. Number 1, Joe Marzak. And number 21, Jake LaMonica. The Hermits will be represented on the starting floor by number 3, Jordan Kendrick. Number 34, Kevin Foreman. Number 20, Marlon Hargis. Number 24, Travis Stoll. And center, number 25, Charles Solomon. Well, we've seen these guys play throughout the season, so how does this one stand out?
Same starting lineups for both teams that we saw earlier in this year. And let's just see how, again, Holy Spirit handles pressure and if they can hit their open shots tonight.
Marzak and Hargis on the tip, and it's an easy win for Hargis as he gets the ball to Kendrick, and we are underway here at Paul Rodeo Gymnasium. The Hermits with the opening possession. Moving it to the right side. Foreman looking back outside to Jordan Kendrick. Solomon steps out, looks to drive. Off the glass a little short. Rebounded by number 13. That's LaMonica. Jake LaMonica starts the Spartans back up the floor. Fakes the three-point shot and banks one off the glass.
Nice move down the middle of the lane from LaMonica and gives the Spartans the early 2-0 lead. Hermits pushing it right back. That tempo is going to be up for the Hermits in the Hermits' favor. They're going to want to push it down. Now looking to set up against this 2-3 zone of Holy Spirit.
Foreman just exchanges places with Stoll. A three-pointer off the rim. Solid rebound by Solomon. And he brings it back out and controls it once again for the Hermits. Goes right side. Marlon Hargis with the dribble, pulls it out, and sets up Jordan Kendrick.
It's the deliberate tempo that Holy Spirit wants. St. Augustine's going to have to attack the zone.
Travis Stoll gets it outside. Foreman swishes a three.
That's a shot that I think Jamie Gillespie's going to live with, or at least attempt to live with, from Kevin Foreman. Kevin's done a good job. He's made more of those this year than maybe some other teams would have expected.
3-2 score in favor of St. Augustine. 6:20 left in this opening quarter. Driving LaMonica off the glass and gets the nice touch.
A good strong move there from Sam LaMonica. Taking it right at Travis Stoll.
Up alley-oop to Solomon, has the ball knocked out of bounds. Good look.
Yeah, great seal by Solomon there as he seals his man to the inside. A good entry pass. Just can't get it to go down as Holy Spirit closes quickly.
4-3 remains the score. Inbounded to Solomon. They swing it around the perimeter. Foreman goes left side, and Kendrick into the corner now for Stoll. Kendrick fakes the three, steps in, and shoots it a little bit short. Rebound taken by Sam LaMonica.
One and done there for the Hermits. Right back come the Spartans.
A little bit of a loose ball, but somehow Holy Spirit did not turn it over twice. There were two loose balls on there, but the Spartans maintained possession. Dean Gallagher inside the key. Now they pull it back out. Sam LaMonica going over to Jake LaMonica. He has a lane if he wants it. Decides to pass left side, and a nice swish from the outside.
So far, the Spartans have come out shooting the ball well.
They lead 6-3. 5:15 to go, opening quarter. Looks like they're moving their defense around. Nice sliding 2-3 situation, zone-wise.
Knowing where everyone is, knowing where the shooters are. Coach Rodeo looking for the ball, the pass entry. We're trying to get it inside. Ooh, nice move.
Yeah. Marlon Hargis looked like he was going to try to drive it through the paint, but he got tripped up.
And he got tripped up, little maybe inadvertent trip there as he goes down. And we've seen the Hermits struggle against these zones before, trying to get the ball. Obviously against Eastern they did. See if they can attack in that low block.
A three-pointer from a distance, and it's good.
I keep saying it. Jordan Kendrick needs to shoot that shot more. Wide open look. Holy Spirit so concerned about taking the inside away. Jordan Kendrick left wide open.
Now another open side look off the rim. Rebound skying high was Joe Marzak. It goes out of bounds, however. Well, Kendrick's three tying this game up at 6 with 4.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Kendrick goes to Foreman. Stoll thought about teeing up the three, drives baseline, goes all the way back out. Open look for Kendrick, off the rim. Rebound, Solomon battling for it. Ball is loose, it goes out of bounds, and they're not really sure which way it goes. They're going to give it to the white side.
Well, good call there, Fred. You said battling for it. 4 or 5 guys all going for the rebound, coming off the glass. Knocked out of bounds off of Holy Spirit.
There will be a lot of contested rebounds tonight. This game, of course, the first round of the playoffs in the conference. You don't want to leave anything on the bench, so to speak. It's all out on the floor right now. Stoll. Solomon looking to save it, battling for it. Does a great job just to get control of it. Dishes left side. Down low, Hargis loses it.
Every pass contested by Holy Spirit. Every play like that, we're trying to get Hargis on the block. And a nice job by Spirit, and Hermit's foul.
First one on Solomon. Both teams with just one team foul here as we have 3:50 to go in the opening quarter. All knotted up at 6.
Chris Allen's going to check in. Played very well, evidently, at Chetton Catholic. He had 7 points the first time these two teams played, so he's in for Jordan Kendrick. And there's the Hermit pressure, not the backcourt pressure, but once they got it across, not being able to handle it, and out of bounds, and St. Augustine's going to take over with the 6-6 tie right now.
It looked like a good design play that Sam LaMonica just took it coast to coast. He might have thought about shooting instead of passing there. But it's a break for the Hermits. They have possession, looking to regain a lead here. Allen swings it to Hargis. They're working the perimeter right now as Nakem Ota's in the game, number 10. And we have a foul.
Legal screen on Charles Solomon. He came up a little aggressive. You see him set it.
Yep,
I'd have to be convinced that was an illegal screen, but it's the way the officials saw it.
And that's 2 quick fouls on Solomon.
Well, Delaney had already checked in. He's also in the game, and now Ota in.
The shot skims off the rim, and it winds up in the hands of Allen. Chris Allen brings it across. Ooh, that was a tough pass that got through to Ota. Stoll gives it back to Allen, looks to drive. Oh, just a little hard off the glass, and the rebound comes down to Sam LaMonica.
Not a bad shot, good penetration. Just a little long on the off the glass.
It was a good sign play, just a little too hard off the glass, and now the Spartans look to regain the lead. We've been tied at 6 for a little while here. Thought about a 3, pulls it back out. Gallagher dishing it across. Kalinowski with the basketball now. That's Christian Kalinowski in the game for the Spartans, number 20. Marzak hands back to Gallagher.
I'm going to say that neither team is really upset with this. The Hermits with good pressure, and Holy Spirit is running sets, running the time off the clock. Good pass inside.
That was a great pass indeed. And Sam LaMonica makes the basket count. Great pass into the post by number 5, Dean Gallagher. Drew Gallagher. 8-6, the Spartans lead. I wrote Dean in my book. I got to change that. It's Drew.
A lot of contact there as Hargis goes inside. Stoll not looking really to shoot from the outside, but that he'll do. Good move.
There you go. That was a very nifty move through the paint by Stoll, and reties the game up at 8. 1:40 left in the opening quarter. Going right through and getting it to go. What a move by Sam LaMonica. He's having himself quite a quarter.
He is, and St. Augustine was in a little bit, it looked like 2 of the guys were in jump traps. The rest of the team wasn't, so it's a little bit sketchy what defense they were supposed to be in there. And Gallagher, the senior, he saw it, makes the right pass, and LaMonica finishes.
So a chance at a 3-point play. A little hard off the rim. Rebounded, and a jump ball is called. Number 11 had the majority of the basketball, Isaiah Garina. But the possession arrow still favors the Spartans, so they'll maintain possession. Sam LaMonica coming out for a breather.
He's earned it.
He's been
first quarter.
He's been a force in this first quarter. Ball all the way back out to Drew Gallagher. Looking to get by Oda. Nice dish to the right side. Shot is put up and partially blocked, and now locked loose. Hargis carries it the other way. Does he think about going coast to coast? No, he'll pull it back out. Stoll to Oda. Ducks inside the three-point arc. Good ball movement by the Hermits, but no shot opportunity yet. 1:10 to go, opening quarter. Oda driving to the basket. Keeps possession, overshoots his man, and now back come the Spartans. Kalinowski goes through the paint, dishes it left side. Driving baseline move, pass out to Garina. Long three, swish! What a shot!
Yeah, you can't leave Drew Gallagher that wide open. Nice ball fake to give himself space.
13-8. The Spartans with the advantage as we are under 40 seconds left in the opening quarter. Hargis pulls up, shoots it, and gets it to go.
That's a much-needed basket for St. Augustine there, and it's the senior that gives it to him.
13-10. 20 seconds. Ball is tapped by Allen. Nice steal. He's got a man breaking to the basket. Decides to shoot it a little long. Hargis pulls it down and puts it in.
Marlon Hargis back-to-back buckets now. Getting the Hermits right back to 13-12.
A one-point game now as we approach the final 6 seconds. Long-range shot. Wide left. Rebounded by the Hermits. Hargis puts it up in the air, and it's wide left.
Assist to the Richland Rowdies there as they counted down early again.
Well, by now, anybody who's been in this gymnasium knows about how that countdown starts a little early. But they try to get that shot to go up. But that last sequence there with the 2 baskets by Hargis, very big the way this game was first quarter was going.
Huge couple of baskets there from Marlon Hargis, because this quarter has certainly not gone the way the first time these two teams met. St. Augustine came out last time, blitzed Holy Spirit, and this time Holy Spirit was ready, and they came to play playoff basketball.
Tonight's game brought to you by Toyota of Vineland. Make sure you stop in anytime you have any car needs. Check out Toyota of Vineland. So again, a one-point game, 13-12. Just when it looked like St. Augustine was going to be trailing by 5, 2 quick baskets by Hargis, so that senior leadership coming to the forefront.
Holy Spirit's not doing anything that St. Augustine didn't expect. I think Coach Rodeo thought that it was going to be a zone defense. They're a little more active, but they're coming out, taking away some of what St. Augustine's trying to do. A couple of early threes from Foreman and Kendrick got the Hermits going, and it was the late 2 buckets by Hargis that keeping them in it here. 13-12, they're down after 1.
The Hermits will have the opening possession of the second quarter. Stoll will inbound it to Kendrick, and we're underway for period 2. Foreman back on the floor for the Hermits. Got away with an over the back, I think, right there. Cole Vanderslice now in the game, number 0. Hands off to Stoll. They swing it right side from the open right corner rather, well short. Great rebound by Stoll.
Nice job by Travis Stoll, kind of picking up the loose change there. Vanderslice's shot was off, and here's the full court pressure from St. Augustine, and a 30-second timeout from Jamie Gillespie. Something he saw that he didn't like there. I don't know if it was in that defense or if it was setting up against this pressure from St. Augustine. Again, Jamie knows Paul's he knows all of it pretty well from coaching against him, but also as an alum and played for Coach Rodeo here at St. Augustine, so he knows what to expect. It's just now translating it to his group on the floor, and he's got a senior-laden team, so they've all seen it during the season, summer leagues, spring camps, and also they know what to expect. It's just a question of, can you execute? See if St. Augustine comes out something a little different here this time. 1-2, 1-1 pressure. Travis Stoll on the ball.
A 6-point run by the Hermits has given them the 1-point lead. It's 14-13. A good job of breaking that press. Right to the post. It was stripped out of bounds. Oh, it was not stripped. He just lost the ball.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a hand got in, but it went off of Miller's knee.
Let's see what happens here.
No, he just lost it.
He lost it.
He just lost it.
So the Hermits with the possession, a chance to go up by more than a point here as they lead 14-13. Vanderslice gets it to Kendrick. They just move it around the perimeter. Stoll thought about going inside to Hargis.
You don't have to shoot it, but you have to at least look to make the attempt that you're going to shoot it. Not one of the perimeter players is even looking at the basket.
Kevin Foreman to Kendrick.
I mean, it's just basically they're looking that they're going to definitely throw it to Marlin, and Holy Spirit's taking it away.
Well, that's a great job of working for the shot. Nice rebound by Foreman to keep it alive. Kendrick almost teed up a three. Vanderslice, Hargis off the back rim. Good rebound by Foreman. What a putback.
Well, he was getting held, I think, there as well, but there's a good job twice there by Kevin Foreman to make a hustle play and give the Hermits another opportunity and get the bucket.
The lead is 3 with 6:15 to go in the second quarter. 16-13. The Hermits have rattled off 8 straight points here. Driving through, looking for the basket, off the rim, rebounded by Hargis. Looking for a fast break opportunity. Nice switch pass to Stoll. Back to Hargis with a spin move for the basket.
Good job there by Travis Stoll, finding Marlis in a sweet little spin move from Marlin.
The lead is 5 now, 18-13. 5:40 left in the second quarter. Quite a surge by the Hermits. Sam LaMonica looking to get some pulse back into it, and he does. The Spartans get a spark from LaMonica.
Really nice move there by LaMonica.
5:25 to go. First quarter, ball is stripped, but in a foul mode.
That's Travis Stoll, where he's going to help against the zone is that penetration. You see the little fake pass to the left, takes it down the middle, and a reach in. So the Hermits are going to inbound, not a shot. Looked like he was trying to pass the ball. Hermits going to inbound underneath.
Handling that sure will be Jordan Kendrick. Right to the post. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay in Hermits' possession. The crowd's into it, aren't they?
Coach Rodeo is into it, yes.
Just call sounds of the game. Shot off the rim, hustle, rebound. What a job by Stoll to bank it off. Number 21, who's on the court right now, Jake LaMonica, to save the possession.
Yeah, good hustle. Stoll took a jump shot, doesn't make the shot, but hustles down the play, keeps another possession for St. Augustine. Kendrick going to try it again here on the inbound.
Looks over his possibilities, goes all the way out to Cole Vanderslice. Kendrick. Vanderslice dribbling right side, looking for some room to shoot, goes back out to Kendrick.
Penetrate and kick against this zone here. There's the nice floater.
Little hard off the back rim, battle for the rebound, and Foreman's the last one to touch it.
Well, good hustle by Foreman, but he was the last one to touch it out of bounds. He might have been able to get a different look at that, but it looked like it was off of Foreman.
That's what it looked like, yes indeed.
Hermit's going to pick up full. Spartans have done a good job of getting it to the right place, but maybe after that making a bad decision.
Well, they get it again. Good job of getting it to the front court. And LaMonica is fouled on his way to the basket.
Foreman's been active. He's been a part of a lot the last few plays here, and that time was a little over-aggressive on a reach.
That's his first foul, team's fourth. The alley-oop comes out to Isaiah Garina. Gallagher pulls it out on working on Kendrick.
Kendrick's going to pressure him, but Gallagher might be able to get the shot up over him.
Gallagher looking for somewhere to go with the basketball. Goes a long way across to LaMonica. Dribbles behind his back. Passes left side. Gets a return. Had an open look. Thought about it. Now he's going to drive. Finds the lane, and he finds the basket.
Well, LaMonica, as we said, he's had a great first half here. You see St. Augustine has switched and put Stoll on him.
Hargis is fouled on the way up, so he'll go to the free throw line.
Well, we could see that one again. It looked like he goes up straight, but then for some reason comes down with his hands. Goes for the block. He had a nice position, went up straight, good defense. At the last minute, he comes down and gets the foul.
So Hargis with a chance to stretch out this 1-point advantage. 18-17 the score, favoring the Hermits. First one drops in.
Foreman and Vanderslice are going to come out. Foreman, really good minutes here in the second quarter. Back come Oda and Delaney. We haven't seen Solomon for a while because of foul trouble. Good stroke there by Hargis. Full court pressure, 22, 2-2-1 press. A little different look for St. Augustine this time.
Once again, Holy Spirit making those passes sharp.
That's the trap right there.
And they get it.
Yeah, you get it. Once they break over half court, you use the sideline, the half court line, and 2 men to pressure and trap right there. Nice job by St. Augustine, Jordan Kendrick and Travis Stoll.
Just under the halfway mark here of the second quarter, 3:55 and counting. Oda across the top of the key. Delaney wanting the ball underneath, trying to get the attention of whoever has the basketball. Oda gives it up to Hargis. Hargis with a reverse dribble.
Coach Rodeo trying to call timeout. He's said it 19 times. He's on the floor. He's half court. Everyone in the gym, I think, except his 5 players and the 3 officials, heard that that was a timeout that he was trying to call.
They probably heard it over there where Toyota of Vineland's located. Toyota of Vineland, our sponsors for Hermits basketball here on SNJ Today, Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And Dave, this is the kind of game we were expecting. Back and forth battles, both teams having scoring sprees, but a nice tight game, 3-point effort.
The one thing that Paul Rodeo is not expecting there is his team, who has seen a lot of zones in the last 2 weeks, not attack the zone the right way. That time, again, they're passing around the perimeter, not attacking into the seams, not attacking from the high and low post. And as they continue to work the ball around the outside, Holy Spirit's very content to let them do that. And if you're not going to look for your shot on the outside, or you're not going to attack into the seams, Holy Spirit could just move their zone with you. And all the St. Augustine kept trying to do was force the ball to Marlon Hargis. Substitution, Chris Allen is going to come back in. He's going to run the point for them, see if he can create something off of this zone.
Allen and Oda playing catch on the outside.
They came out of the timeout and they're doing the exact same thing.
Delaney goes back outside. And you're right, Dave. The ball's still around the perimeter here so far. And now a turnover. They put the ball in the hands of Drew Gallagher. Long-range pass for an open 3, and it's a swish from way outside. Jake LaMonica gets into the act.
You can't pressure and leave wide open threes against Holy Spirit. That's what St. Augustine just did there.
We're all tied up at 20. Stoll skims it off the rim. Delaney turnaround jumper, in and out.
Delaney with a good rebound, but sort of floated that rebound back up instead of powering it up. Missed opportunity for St. Augustine.
We're all tied at 20. 2:35 to go before the intermission. Gallagher, nice pass to LaMonica. Doesn't crawl. And the rebound's cleared by Travis Stoll. Looking to go coast to coast with it. Great putback by Hargis on the rebound.
Well, we've seen it several times now when Hermits need a bucket. Who comes up with it? And it's Marlon Hargis. Here's a break by Holy Spirit.
Oh, what a reverse shot. It doesn't go, but that was a great effort. And Delaney clears the board this time.
St. Augustine dodges a bullet there. They don't mind the pushback, and they're glad it didn't go in.
Stoll going in and laying it up and in.
And now the other senior for St. Augustine. He's coming back with a vengeance here. Stoll takes it down the middle. Strong right-hand finish.
The lead is now 4, 24-20. St. Augustine over the Spartans. Drew Gallagher. Hands off to Malinowski. Oh, they go right to the post. Nice done.
It's a good job there. Delaney has to step up and stop the ball. But as he left his man, it's a good dump-off pass.
24-22. Under a minute and a half. Chris Allen directing some traffic as he dribbles to the left side. Hands off to Oda. Oda gets the screen from Travis Stoll. The dish to Delaney doesn't go. And Oda's there. Can't get it to go. He tries again. He'll go to the line.
Well, sometimes you have to make something happen a little bit different. Oda penetrates, makes the nice dish, but stays under the basket, follows it back up, and he's going to try to earn some here at the line.
It'll be his first 2 free throws of the game. First one's a little short.
So Leo's going to check in for Delaney here. Now, again, look for St. Augustine to turn the pressure up. This is a good pressing 5 that they've got on the floor right now. So look for them to turn it up here, this pressure. Off the make. There's the make. That's the key part of it. They can get set. Oda's going to pressure the ball and deny other places.
And there's the turnover that forces that speed of trying to get it to the front court.
Hey, you get by the first trap, but you have to make the right play. St. Augustine loves that. It's that secondary decision you have to make.
And now a turnover created by the Spartans. Gallagher decides to just pull it back out.
I thought he would pull up and shoot that. I think he had some space.
Agreed. 45 seconds left. Short on the three-pointer, and the rebound cleared by Leo. Stoll dishing to the left side. And all the way back out. Again, the Spartans staying in his zone defense.
Yep. Yeah, they're staying in the zone. They're going to put Travis Stoll in the high post, though. If they can get it to Travis, he can look to attack from there for this last shot.
Well, with that zone being played, St. Augustine's perfectly happy to go for one shot here. We're under 10 seconds. Hargis looking to drive baseline, has it blocked, tipped it back out. Gallagher airs it up and in! Well, another buzzer beater.
Yeah, sometimes you make your own breaks. Holy Spirit made one there. You watch it here. What a great shot here from Drew Gallagher. Right, we saw it right in front of us. It was online. It was in time, and we got a tie ball game at halftime.
Wow. Well, that zone defense wound up being the right thing to do for Holy Spirit. They got the block towards the end of that quarter when St. Augustine tried to go to the hole. And, of course, Gallagher with the long range. He's another guy who's a sharp shooter, and he certainly couldn't get any sharper than that to rattle it in at the buzzer. So we have our 25-25 score at the halftime. Tonight's game brought to you by Toyota of Vineland. Let's take a quick time out and catch our breath a little bit and be right back to talk about that first half. Well, there's some names that you see right there of the 1,000-point club for St. Augustine Hermits basketball. The latest edition now on the board, Marlon Hargis, the 2018 edition to a very, very fine list of scorers here at St. Augustine.
The 22nd player in St. Augustine history to achieve that milestone, and We've seen some great moments from Marlon. He did some great things in this game for St. Augustine in that second quarter. Every time they needed a basket, Marlon came up, and they're going to need him big time in this second half as we're tied. A little bit of a surprising tie, especially after you looked at what happened the first time the two teams played. I would think that, going into that first game, we expected it to be a tight game. This time, I expected it to be that way because it's playoff basketball.
It's a different atmosphere, different adrenaline. Of course, every play is more important. When you got a playoff situation where you're one and done, I love that phrase in playoff action. You do it or you don't do it. And right now, both teams are doing it.
Well, Holy Spirit's obviously Jamie Gillespie couldn't be, I don't think, much happier with the way his team played. He's done everything that I believe he set out to do. Kind of set the tempo. You got a game in the mid-20s. St. Augustine would like to play it at a little higher pace, higher scoring. He did that. Frustrated St. Augustine a little bit with his defense, and you saw Paul Rodeo call a couple of timeouts to try to get them into something. They seem to want to force the ball to Marlon, and I can understand why. Again, he's your number one guy, but if the rest of the team's not going to look for their shot or not going to look to penetrate, you got a little bit of that from Travis Stoll there late in that second quarter. But you can't be afraid to shoot the basketball, and I just thought there was too much passing around the perimeter from the Hermits without a goal in mind of getting the ball inside.
And you have to figure that's what Coach Broder is talking about. Let's not waste too much time around the perimeter. Let's drive into the middle of the lane and see what we got going on.
Attack it from that high post if you can get it to Travis Stoll. But credit Holy Spirit for taking those plays away, taking Travis in the high post away, and doing a real nice job when Marlon or Travis or Charles, when he was in there early and he was only in for a little while, keeping the ball out of his hands in that block-to-block situation.
Of course, Charles Solomon getting into early foul trouble in that first half. Didn't see too much action after he got the second foul. I don't think we saw him again.
We didn't see him again, and you want to protect. You don't want him to pick up that third unless things start getting out of hand. But the rest of the Hermits did a decent job. Nick Leo came in, Matt Delaney as well. But you're going to need Charles here in the second half, no question about that.
And the fact that he was not on the floor, it's kind of fascinating. I'm trying to keep my own fast rebounds here. 14 rebounds to 5 is what I had, and that's without Charles Solomon for the most part. But they spread it around. You had Hargis going in there. You had Travis Stoll going in there, and Kevin Foreman. What a burst of speed he was to get a few rebounds.
Yeah, he did a great job on that part of the game. He hit the first three to start the game, and I don't know if he hasn't taken another outside shot. I think he's got another bucket inside. But, you're not going to come out of here and just tell everybody to start firing threes. That's not St. Augustine's style. That's not what you want to do. It's probably what Holy Spirit wants to do. But you're going to have to take some of those shots. And one thing you could do is you can crash the offensive boards. We saw Solomon do it for the few minutes he was in there, and other guys can do it as well. So you can take some chances that way if you're St. Augustine. Attack the offensive glass because you want Holy Spirit to push the ball and go the other way. So they might get a breakout, but sometimes that plays to your favor.
And of course, I think they're going to have to come up with an answer for Sam LaMonica. He's got 10 points here in the first half.
Well, the first answer they made was they put Travis Stoll on him there in that second quarter. But LaMonica still did a nice job. A couple of buckets going to the basket. And then we saw the open threes. You're not going to leave shooters like Gallagher. Let's set aside that one he hit at the end. But you're not going to leave them open. You're not going to leave guys open for shots like that. Not shooters like Holy Spirit has. And leave them open and not think they're going to knock down those threes.
Now, of course, the press of the Hermit defense, I got to credit Holy Spirit for the way they've been moving the ball quickly and getting it across the timeline in time before they get a turnover, 10-second violation.
There's absolutely no doubt that Jamie Gillespie knows where to throw the ball in this press break. So he's going to tell his guys where they have to go. And it's not been the initial trap or the initial press. It's once they've come over half court. We've seen St. Augustine get a turnover on the one side opposite of us. You've seen Holy Spirit throw it away a couple of times. When you press that way, you're going to give up a layup or two. But you're going to take that because it increases the tempo, and you have to be able to come back and capitalize on the other side.
The early moments of the third quarter, just like a football game, that first possession, the early, let's say the first 4 minutes of the third quarter is going to be very instrumental that way this game's going to break.
Yeah, always going to be that way. And I'm interested to see what Coach Rodeo comes out and does here. You know, I've been around him so long, I tend to think I can guess what he wants to do, but I'm not sure which lineup he's going to go with. There were times I see Chris Allen here. Chris Allen did a nice job for him. I don't know how long he could go without Jordan Kendrick. I mean, I know he pulled him out. He was unhappy about something there, but you got a kid there who can pressure the ball, do what you want defensively, shoot it against their defense, and can also penetrate against that defense. So I would think that you would see him on the floor. Kevin Foreman certainly earned his minutes on there. You go back with Solomon and certainly Hargis and Stoll.
Our score at halftime is 25-25, and just taking a quick look at the scoring summary here. The Hermits being led by Marlon Hargis. He has 10 points on the night. Travis Stoll has 6. Kevin Foreman mentioned he had a good first half. He has 5 points, 1 3-pointer and 1 regular basket. A 3-point shot made by Jordan Kendrick and a foul shot made by Nakem Oda for the 25 total on the Hermit side of things. Sam LaMonica, he has been the star so far for the Spartans of Holy Spirit. He scored 6 points in the first quarter and added 2 more baskets. He is tied with Hargis for team honors, or game honors, I should say, with 10 points. 6 points on 2 3-pointers by Drew Gallagher, including the buzzer beater that pretty much excited all of us, whether you were rooting for him or not. That was a great shot. Jake LaMonica has added 5 and 2 points apiece by Joe Marzak and Isaiah Garina. He has the other 2 points, so we are all tied up 25-25 at halftime. Who's going to be the key player for the Hermits in these first 4 minutes?
It's always going to be Marlon Hargis, but I'm going to take a little guess here that Charles Solomon sat there really for a long time, and you know Charles, he's such a competitor.
Right.
He sat there for a while, and he's going to want to get back out there, and I'm going to see him. I think Charles on the offensive glass, he just keeps going after the offensive boards. Again, you take the shots when they're open, but also crash the boards. And I'd look to maybe Charles to be a key here in the first couple of minutes.
So Charles Solomon will be back on the floor anytime soon. Again, he is playing with 2 fouls. He has always, throughout the season, been an offensive rebound force. He's been under there working hard and getting some nice clutch baskets off the glass, so we'll see if he can do that.
And the other interesting one is Travis Stoll, and forgetting the fact that he's a senior and been through a lot here with St. Augustine. As we talked the last game, Travis is a transfer from Holy Spirit, so he played his first 2 years with all these guys. He's with Drew Gallagher and these guys, so he knows them very, very well. So you're going to look for him to now come out. Doesn't want to lose a game like this, or he wants to play well. St. Augustine coming out with their starting 5. So Kendrick is back on the floor with Foreman, and of course Solomon can't rest him with the fouls now.
You want to hope that Charles plays hard, but plays contained as well. Doesn't get that third foul anytime too soon.
Especially not in a dumb third foul. He got the one, it was a moving screen. You can't allow your post player to get one on something like that.
So Holy Spirit opens with possession here in the third quarter, all knotted up at 25-25. Tonight's game again brought to you by Toyota of Vineland. Glad to have you with us. They're on S&J Today Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And Gallagher steps out of bounds.
And that's what I love about the way Jordan Kendrick plays defense. He's quick, he's low, and he forces a turnover there for Gallagher.
So the Hermits get their first possession of the second half. Again, swinging the ball around the perimeter. Stoll, Foreman, alley-oops to Hargis. Short. Good defense there. I thought shot looked a little bit altered, and a good rebound by Gallagher to spring the fast break opportunity, and a foul on Stoll.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think Jake LaMonica knew what was coming there, because Travis Stoll has had so many blocks this year on that coming from behind, and Gallagher just used and LaMonica used his body. It almost was looking like he wasn't trying to score, just going for the foul.
And that first one rattles out.
Not a whole lot of mystery about what St. Augustine tried to do in that first possession. It was all about getting the ball to Marlon Hargis. 0 for 2. Turns out to be a good foul by Stoll.
And Hargis collects the rebound, sets the offense. Oh, they call a charge.
And that's what you couldn't have with Charles Solomon. We're going to get a look about it. Dan Bradley's right there.
He's moving.
Well, he was definitely moving, but you saw a little flail of the arm there from Solomon. That had to be what he called it, why he called it, because it certainly wasn't a set defender, but maybe the push-off.
Either way, it's a third foul on Solomon happening in the first minute of the third quarter.
And in the subs, Leo has come back into the game, so you see the coach wants to keep the pressure up.
Gallagher place catch with LaMonica. Sam LaMonica dribbles back out. The Spartans get the ball, and now driving through. We're going to get a charge.
A little delayed reaction there, but Leo gets in there. Not contact right away, but the follow through on the play, and Leo does a nice job. He just enters the game. This is a sophomore that has not played a lot for St. Augustine. They needed him Wednesday night because of Solomon being sick. Now they need him because of fouls.
And that's the third foul on Reese Miller for Holy Spirit.
That's a shot Jordan Kendrick has to take from the top of the key. I know they're trying to get the ball inside, but if he's not going to take a wide open three from the top of the key, I'm not sure. You see where he is there. There's no one around him.
Right. He could have stepped up a little bit and taken the shot. Stoll looking for some room to operate off the glass. No good. Rebounded strongly by Joe Marzak. Long range pass, and they pull it back out. LaMonica tees up a three and swishes it.
And there it goes again. Gets the open look at a three, and he's taking it.
Well, that's what you want to see Kendrick do. Foul on the way up.
You know, it's easy for me to sit here and say that about Jordan Kendrick, but Jordan has had times when he's found his way into Coach's doghouse. So I understand if Coach Rodeo has said throw the ball to Marlon in the post, then he's going to have to throw the ball to Marlon in the post. So I can see that that's what it's about, but it's tough because I know he's a good shooter and I know he's got the open look there.
Stoll missing the first one. Try to make it 1 for 2 here.
At the end of the day, you do what the man in the suit, shirt and tie on the sidelines. Does he still have the tie on? He does.
28-26 the score. We approach 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Great job by blocking it. Leo blocks it and gets the steal. St. Augustine looking to go fast break. Stoll driving, dishing, no, off the glass, no good. Rebound again by Marzak.
Needed that one to roll in, but a good push. Good pressure. Again, I think it was started by Kendrick's defense, and Leo came out with a steal.
Sam LaMonica driving, dishing to the left, an open shot and a swish.
Good job by Holy Spirit there, finding the open man and a pushback from St. Augustine.
Ball is tipped and taken away. That was Jake LaMonica who got the steal, and now it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, look at, there's Leo on the floor again going for it. Holy Spirit takes it out of bounds. You see here as they're both diving for the ball.
Whoa, it just slipped out of his fingers last. So the Hermits with possession, swinging it all the way around the perimeter. Hargis decides to tee up a three, and it goes.
Well, if he's not going to get it in the ball inside, Marlon's going to move outside. Such versatility. And here's pressure from Kevin Foreman and a turnover.
Boy, again, Foreman with an impression of the game.
Yeah, defense by both Kendrick and Foreman denying. Holy Spirit turns it over.
It's a 1-point game. The St. Augustine Hermits have a chance to regain a lead if they can score here. Need to get the ball in, and they do to Stoll. Kevin Foreman.
Holy Spirit extending a little bit more now. They're starting to get out a little more. St. Augustine be able to find the seams. There's Kendrick.
There's your shot you wanted.
Well, if he's going to take it, it better go. Jordan Kendrick with nice minutes here in the third.
32-30 after that tray. Oh, be careful to reach in there. Nice pass to LaMonica. On the floor, taken away by Hargis. Fast break. Will they go all the way? No, they dish it. Open side. Kendrick off the rim. Foreman with a rebound, but I believe he's going to get called for a push-off.
Well, if it was a push-off, it was a slight one because Kevin Foreman standing there for the rebound. Teed up for the three. Let's see. A little bit of push here from Kevin Foreman. Ooh.
That's a tight one. That's a tight one.
Wow.
Quickly up court, LaMonica doesn't get it to go.
We'll take that. St. Augustine will take that.
Foreman got the rebound, sets the offense in gear, stole off the glass, it doesn't go in. And Marzek again with the rebound.
Would have loved to see Travis dish that one there as he goes to the hole.
Oh, nice pass to the post, and now a three-point play possibility. Christian Kalinowski with the bucket, and he'll go to the line to complete the three-pointer.
Excellent ball movement by Holy Spirit in the bucket, and the foul. You get the St. Augustine doesn't get one to go at the other end. Holy Spirit pushes back, and we're all knotted up, 32-32, and Charles Solomon's going to come back in the game with those 3 fouls.
This shot will put Holy Spirit ahead if it goes, and it does.
Push the ball. St. Augustine should still be pushing even on a made shot there.
Kendrick with the dribble.
Somebody's got to come through to the low block. Oh, it's a kick ball.
Okay, that went off Holy Spirit's foot first.
Look for something coming back to Marlin here.
Good job to swing it around. Kendrick directing traffic as we hit 3:45 left third quarter. Argus drives through, pushes it up off the rim, tries to get his own rebound, battle for the ball. It's going to go Holy Spirit's way.
Good move, good push to the basket there. Didn't go in, can't hang your hat. Get back out and play. Face guard deny from St. Augustine. Good job by Kendrick.
Across the timeline comes Kalinowski, dishes it left side. And now Gallagher dishing for an open three-pointer. If it goes, it's short. And Solomon gets a big rebound for Holy.
Yeah, it sure was. He went out and defended and got back into the play to get the rebound.
Looking to get the lead back. 33-32. Spartans with a 1-point lead. Kendrick spin move, and he traveled. Yeah, a little too much traveling there. What do they say? If it looks like a travel, it usually is.
Yeah, it looked like he was slipping, falling.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he's going to get a rest here as Vanderslice and Allen come back in. But Kendrick, good minutes here in the third quarter.
Holy Spirit still up by 1. Sam LaMonica, double team pressure. Nice job to get the ball free. From the left side, battle for the rebound. I don't know why it wasn't over the back. They're going to give it to Holy Spirit. Wow.
I'm not sure how that was not off of number 24, Joe Glenn, but let's see it here. Well, it looked like, tough to see here, but maybe it was Vanderslice that got his finger on it.
Saving it from going out of bounds now, Drew Gallagher.
Now, Allen doing the same thing. He's got to pressure Gallagher.
Gallagher tees it up, skims it off the rim, and Hargis very calmly pulls down his 5th rebound.
That's a tough shot if he hits it, but good pressure defense by Allen.
Vanderslice, they swing it around, and now Chris Allen has the dribble. Hargis tees up the 3, off the front rim. Rebounded by number 11, Garina. Drew Gallagher hands it back outside to Christian Kalinowski. And Jamie Gillespie wants to call a timeout to talk things over. He's got the game right where he wants it, Dave. That 1-point game with the lead.
Yeah, he's got the game where he wants it. Holy Spirit's been able to withstand some of the Hermit pressure and the Hermit runs. Seems start to get a little tired maybe. Hermit's with a deeper bench, and the majority of the guys for Holy Spirit go most of the way. So you got to hope that St. Augustine can stay on it, stay on their pressure. You know, Gallagher's done a decent job. He's got a few turnovers here, but he's going to have to be the guy that St. Augustine just keeps pressuring and keeps pressuring. And when they kick it out for the 3, if the guys are going to knock it down, it's going to be tough for St. Augustine to stay in that pressure, but that's what works for them.
Once again, tonight's game brought to you by Toyota of Vineland. Glad to have them with us, supporting us throughout the season. and bringing you Hermits basketball. Always a pleasure to do that. Dave Catalano along with yours truly, Fred Melendez, and we have a nail-biter of a game.
A little different setup here now. He's got Delaney in the game and Solomon, so really big. Not the best pressing team, though, because they're so big with Hargis in there as well. Vanderslice, so you don't have the guys other than Allen on the ball. Little different group. See how Coach does it this time. Maybe more of a straight man-to-man.
Gallagher dribbling.
Good job by Allen to get it over the pick, under the pick. Good step and help. Nice job. Don't leave him
Gallagher
open.
has the open three. He's short on it this time, and Cole Vanderslife collects the ball for the Hermits. Allen, good pass to Solomon. Charles looking for some maneuverability. He'll go back outside and reset the offense.
That's fine. Quick kick out. Stay right in the set, though. Push the ball back to the other side to Marlon Hargis on the wing.
Hargis looking to get away from number 24, Joe Glenn. And
No, it's going to be a push.
Okay. Garina picks up his second foul. Neither team really in foul trouble in terms of number of team fouls. We still have a few for both sides to give away here. Chris Allen thought about going baseline. Goes out for an open look. It's a little long. Gets his own. Oh, the ball goes out of bounds.
Off of Holy Spirit. Wow. St. Augustine's going to have it again. Well, Vanderslice is a good shooter. He's getting an open look there. He's got to take that. And if he gets it again now, he's got to take it again.
Under a minute and a half left in the third quarter. The Spartans still up by 1. Hargis thought about driving it, dishes it back out. Delaney working hard underneath. Meanwhile, the ball comes back out to Vanderslice.
You don't have to go there to Delaney. He's got a big player on him. Wouldn't be the first choice.
Chris Allen takes a tough shot, skims it off the rim. A rebound, nice job by Delaney to wind up with it. And I think he drove another foul against the Spartans.
Well, if you're looking at all the matchups that are out on the floor, again, I'm not saying that Delaney couldn't score from inside, but I'm not sure that's exactly the matchup that you want to go to inside against a 6'8" player as well.
Right. Well, Sam LaMonica got a chance to take a breath on the bench. He's now back in the game.
They keep looking that way. It just seems like they want to go to the post.
Hargis has it stripped by Gallagher.
Heady play by Gallagher there.
Allen can't get the ball loose. Will it go? No, it skims off the rim, so LaMonica couldn't get that to go. Now Chris Allen, good spin move. He's partially double teamed. Good save from going behind the timeline. And again, St. Augustine has a chance to set up the offense with 20 seconds left.
Got to get the last one here. We saw what happened at the end of the second quarter. They shot it early, and Gallagher got the buzzer beater. Let's see what they can do here.
Hargis puts it home.
Shot it early, though. Gets the bucket, but here comes Holy Spirit for the last look.
Diving inside, plenty of time still. They do get the shot off, skims off the rim. This time it doesn't go, and this time that means that the St. Augustine Hermits take the 1-point lead into the fourth quarter. Wow, wow, wow. Once again, our game brought to you by Toyota of Vineland. Lots of drives to the basket throughout the night. You can have a fine drive by going to Toyota of Vineland and seeing what kind of cars are available for you. If you're in the market, do not hesitate to check out Toyota of Vineland.
You know, when we talk about the depth to St. Augustine's bench, they have a lot of players they can go to, but sometimes that depth is almost a deterrent because you're reaching for something here, maybe looking for a little bit of spark. They've gone to a lot of different guys here. They've gotten good minutes at times, good possessions at times from different guys. I think Foreman stole at times, but Travis has had a nice night, but he can't get a couple of those shots, hasn't got him to go. But I believe he's going to be in the game. He's the one that can help attack from that high post. You got him back in there now. You got the starting group back in there again. I think it's the group that he's most comfortable with on the floor.
Well, they have the lead and possession, so let's see if the Hermits can pump up the lead a little bit here. Maybe to 2 or 3 points. Kendrick skims out, good rebound, although it bounced away from Hargis, and good effort, but finally Gallagher pulls out of the pack. Quickly up court, dishes it left side. Kendrick almost got his hand in there to knock the ball free.
Yeah, no reason to double there where Marlin was that time. Kendrick's fine, pressuring the ball. Everyone just needs to be up and pressuring right now.
LaMonica with the basketball. He's been dangerous the whole night. Now it's Marzik looking to drive through. Dishes it out, and there's LaMonica for 3. Missed it completely.
Same thing there. Instinct of a basketball player. Marlon Hargis going to help. He's going to help on the guy penetrating to the basket, but Solomon didn't need help there. There was no reason for him to come off the man in the corner.
The lead still in favor of St. Augustine, 34-33. Kevin Foreman dishes to Stoll. Hargis pulls inside the circle and hits a swish.
Nice set play there. Not the greatest screen by Solomon. Maybe he's a little gun shy to pick up another foul.
The lead is 3, 36-33. Hermits over the Spartans. Quarterfinal round of the Cape Atlantic League playoff tournament. Somehow got through. Shot is up. Off the rim, no good.
Got lucky there. Solomon was playing a little flat-footed. Oh, Foreman had baseline. See, you catch on that wing there, and he's got a big guy on him. He just rock steps there, goes baseline. Would love to see a penetration right on this catch here. If he just attacks that baseline there.
Yeah, it's there.
Especially with a bigger player there. Kevin's got quickness. He can take him to the back. Doesn't have to score necessarily on it, but that penetration.
The Hermits will inbound along the left side. Travis Stoll will get the ball in play. Another long-range shot. That's going to be well short. Great job by Foreman to save the possession.
Yeah, once again, Foreman saves it. Hargis just too quick there. Just fired it up. Didn't need that right away.
Ooh. Kendrick has to watch that pivot foot. Foreman has it stripped. LaMonica, nice pass ahead. Shot is up and in.
Good job there. Good push by Holy Spirit, taking a page out of the Hermit playbook, pushing the ball right back.
The lead is again 1 for the Spirit. The Hermits. We'll get it right.
That's the place you got to go. Quick swing from one side to the other. Catches Marlon Hargis inside. Marlon going to go to the line here.
Marzak picking up his second. So Marlon Hargis looking to stretch out this lead. 36-35 the score.
Looking to do 2 things. Stretch out the lead, number 1. Number 2, make a second foul shot to get St. Augustine in their pressure defense.
And he's true with 2. 38-35. Hermits over the Spartans.
Not in pressure that time. Boy, what worked was the face guarding by Foreman. There's a nice steal.
Great read. Stoll with the steal, looks to lay it up, and in, but he's fouled.
Well, poor Travis Stoll has had so many of those just roll off the rim for him, and he's determined. First of all, good pressure defense, great read, steps right in front. That looked like a pick 6 going the other way. And Stoll goes up, gets the harm and the hoop, and a 3-point play. Opportunity for Travis.
That looked more like Hermit's basketball right there.
Well, that does. But listen. Drew Gallagher has been bringing the ball up time after time after time, and Jordan Kendrick is right in his shorts, and that time once again he just a little inadvertent pass, didn't see Stoll. He steps in front, gets the bucket and the foul, and a potential 6-point Hermit lead here if he can convert, and he does.
41-35, the lead suddenly at 6. Hasn't been that big throughout this game, to be sure. LaMonica pulls it back out.
Definitely a little spring in the step of the Hermits right now defensively.
Some fancy dribbling by LaMonica. He dribbles. Reach-in foul.
Reach-in foul that you didn't need. You didn't need that Jordan Kendrick, just an instinct.
Yeah.
Look like he got a lot of the ball there, too.
He got a lot of the arm.
Okay.
Definitely got the arm as well as the ball. And, of course, Paul Rodier wants the calmest team down. They have a 6-point lead. There's no need to really take chances like that.
Well, 30-second timeout. Jamie Gillespie is going to call it. Look for him to have a set play out of this. He needs a bucket in the worst way right now. 6-point game. Starting to see it slip just a little bit, but it's a senior-dominated team, and they've been here before, and they're in a spot right now where a lot of people didn't expect them to be here. At least at this part of the game, certainly in striking distance, more than striking distance, especially if they can draw up a good one coming out of the inbound.
So far, a 7-2 fourth quarter for the Hermits to build up that 6-point lead. Gallagher.
Not a backcourt.
No. Kevin Foreman hustling into position. Sam LaMonica with the basketball goes out to Gallagher.
He gets Kendrick off from one time, and now Foreman's all over him. That just wears on you as a guard. I mean, every time down, you got to just face some kind of pressure like that.
Man-to-man is working so far for St. Augustine. 4:50 left. Driving through Gallagher. Lots of white jerseys in the way. The block of the shot, but a foul picked up by the Hermits.
Calls that on Foreman. I'm guessing that's low. Actually, I thought Foreman was beat on the play.
So Drew Gallagher will get 2 free throws. Makes the first one.
Drew Gallagher's got to be thinking, whoa, finally I can shoot the ball without somebody all over me.
Somewhat refreshing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, he'll look to make it 2 for 2 here. Short on it, and Hargis collects the board.
Would love to see the Hermits push there. Why not? Keep pressing, pushing the ball down the floor. Doesn't mean you have to shoot it all the time.
Approaching 4.5 minutes left.
Okay, I'm going on record as saying I hate this. Looks like St. Augustine's going to pull it out and try to get Holy Spirit to come out of the zone and match up.
Well, there's a free lane. Nice pass dish, and Solomon says, thank you very much. Take that.
What do I know?
Wow. Well, they opened up the lane, and they took great advantage of it. That had to feel good for Charles Solomon. The lead is now 7, 43-36. 4 minutes to go in the game. Gallagher tees up the 3. Rims out. Hargis with his 7th board of the night. Foreman back outside, and again they're going to go to a very deliberate offense. Although Kendrick decides, as soon as I say it, to take it right through.
Spreading the floor. So,
you like that, right?
Well, I'm going to clarify what I'm going to say. See if I can backpedal on my earlier statement. What I don't like is if they hold the ball just under your arm to make the defense come out man-to-man. What I do like is if you pull away and as Holy Spirit runs to you, you make the penetration. How's that cover? My cover good?
I think you backpedaled very well there.
Yeah. Well, again, I've seen so many times where you want to force them into man-to-man. Basically, what you did there was force it into a wide-open set. And this is the momentum wave that St. Augustine's riding on now, that you have to stay on it now. Basically, Holy Spirit's in a spot right now where they have to respond coming out of this timeout right here. You see a little bit of fatigue maybe. Tougher to hit the shots, tougher to hit the foul shots, tougher to handle pressure as you've been going through it the entire time. So look for St. Augustine to keep it dialed up.
Not only that, Dave, but they've kept LaMonica to just 3 points after that 10-point first half. He was the thrust of the offense, and they've kept him to 3 points since the intermission.
Hey, still plenty of time, 3:41. Holy Spirit's got to weather this run. St. Augustine keep their foot on the gas pedal.
Sam LaMonica with the dribble. Gives it off to Gallagher. Ball is in the hands of Garina. Now they're taking their time with this offense.
Yeah, but they need a bucket here, so I see why.
They want to get the best shot possible. Ball, the drive doesn't go, and Solomon gets a key rebound again.
Easy, Charles. Get it across, get it back to Jordan Kendrick.
He got it. Under 3 minutes to go, 2:55 and counting. The lead is 9.
Now here's a little jump trap from Holy Spirit. Middle of the floor. Find him in the middle of the floor.
Kendrick, oh.
You don't need to hold it here. Matter of fact, you can use this to your advantage. There you go.
They get Solomon an open look, but he pulls it back out. Double team pressure again. Along the floor, good save by Hargis, and he draws the foul.
Well, I'm going to say that's a really good job by Spirit coming up with the traps. Maybe caught the Hermits a little bit off guard, throwing a little bit of their own medicine back at them as they're in the pressure. Good trap in the corner. Hargis gets his hand on it enough just to free himself, and then he gets fouled going to the basket.
Marlon has such a nice touch on his free throws, so they're virtually automatic whenever he shoots them.
Really? You're going to say that before the second?
Absolutely. I don't believe in these things. Now, if he misses, you can laugh at me, okay? 2 for 2, and the lead is now double digits, 47-36 rather. I think that's the first double-digit lead of the game.
Yes, it is.
2:20 left. From the corner, swish.
Needed it. Spirit needed it, and they got it.
The other LaMonica with a big three, Jake LaMonica.
You can still attack, just be a little more deliberate.
Stoll stays within the boundary.
High post, someone in the high post. Flash the post.
That's right, nobody's there
yet.
There he is. Hargis got there, now Stoll dishes to the left. Foreman to Kendrick, and they'll pull it out again. 1:40 left. You get to the point where you need to almost foul here. There's that pass to the post, but Hargis passing underneath and finally stolen away. Under a minute and a half in regulation. A three-pointer if it goes. Skims off the rim. Solomon bats the rebound to himself. Great effort, great job, and now foul.
Yeah, that's interesting if that goes. If that goes, and you're talking about a 5-point game. Got to believe a little bit of fatigue, just a little bit from Holy Spirit. You know, most of these guys have gone most of the way against facing a lot of pressure. A little bit of pressure now for Travis Stoll against his old mates as he's going to the line.
Well, you know he wants to put a little bit of the dagger in this one. And he'll get the bonus.
Hermit's excellent from the line tonight. As we said before, you know, some games you need it just to extend the lead like this, hold on to the lead. Other times you need it because you're not scoring elsewhere.
Stoll is perfect on 2.
A little bit of token pressure here.
Nice job of getting it to the front court. Tipped by Kendrick. Oh, just ran out of real estate.
Boy, Jordan Kendrick just got underneath there. Defensively, he's had a real nice night tonight, Jordan Kendrick.
LaMonica dishing. Ball is loose, and Jake LaMonica saves it for the Spartans. Sam looking to drive, doesn't go. Gallagher tees up a 3. What a shot.
Tough shot there from Gallagher.
Wow.
It's a 7-point game now. Smart with the ball. Timeouts if you need them.
Kendrick getting across the timeline, drawing the foul.
You love having someone that can handle the ball against pressure like that. Now he needs to go to knock down the foul shots.
It's a double bonus, so we'll get both shots here. Off the back rim. Good adjustment on the second shot. Make sure it goes in.
Yep.
50-42, a block. Hargis with the block. They'll still get a chance to shoot it. It skims off the rim, and we're down to about 30 seconds left Travis Stoll with the rebound, and he gets fouled.
Yeah, that was the last gasp there from Holy Spirit. But you want to talk about a gutty, gritty game. Holy Spirit came in with a game plan. They executed it, to me, almost just about perfect. This game is a 50-42 game right now. This is exactly the score that Jamie Gillespie would have needed it to be, a score in the 50s and 40s for him to have a shot at winning the game, and he absolutely had a shot right here into those last 3 minutes.
The Hermits pulling away from the basket as Stoll looks to make the second one, and he does.
Playoff adage is always the same. It's survive and advance. It's not about style points all the time. You know, it's a nice gritty win, though, for St. Augustine. They had to keep coming back. They did that, pulled away, did what they had to do. They get the win, and they're going to move on in this tournament, and that's what you have to do. Can't say enough, though, about Holy Spirit and the way those kids came out and played tonight.
Very different game from the first time around. That 23-5 first quarter was not obvious here tonight. Never happened. And this game was a one-point game right on through 3 quarters of play. But the St. Augustine Hermits, they get the job done tonight. 54-42 is the final in this quarterfinal game, and really greatly contested basketball game tonight.
Aptly put, as you just said. They did what they had to do here. St. Augustine survives, and they're going to move on to the second round. And like I said, can't say too much, more about what the Holy Spirit team. They came in with a game plan. They executed it perfectly. Just didn't have enough when it came right down to it. Just too many runs from St. Augustine.
And, of course, you mentioned the pressure defense. It seemed like it tired out the Holy Spirit team as the game wore on a little bit. They didn't really get too many points on the board for a good stint of time while St. Augustine was scoring.
Well, that's part of the factor that you don't always think of when you play that up-tempo. And the way that you keep playing that way, it takes a toll. I mean, I don't know if Drew Gallagher came out of the game tonight. I think he played every minute, and every minute he had a Herman in front of him. It was mostly Jordan Kendrick, I would say, Kevin Foreman at times, but when you can throw waves at a point guard like that, it makes it tough. Nice job from Gallagher, hit some key shots for them, but like I said, it wears on you after a while that every time down the floor, every time, every pass is contested, every time you're trying to bring the ball up, there's someone in your face. But give St. Augustine credit there in that third quarter, or really in that fourth quarter, when they came back out, had those runs when they needed, got a little bit of Travis Stoll, got a little bit of Marlon Hargis, got a little bit of Jordan Kendrick. Team win for St. Augustine for sure.
Well, look at the third quarter and fourth quarter scores, a 9-8 third quarter. So the game was still tight, a one-point game, but the Hermits got a 20-9 advantage scoring-wise in that fourth quarter to pull away. And the score, again, a little deceiving because for 3 quarters, we had a tug of war that was going down to the wire.
Well, I think some people are going to look at that score. I think, number one, people would be surprised. St. Augustine, a pretty heavy favorite considering what they did the first time, and also that they're playing here at home, so they're going to be the favorite there. But anyone that knows Holy Spirit, knows the program, knows Jamie, they knew that they were going to come in here for a battle, and they did that. Like I said, had a game plan, executed it. St. Augustine just had a little bit too much tonight. And I think it's a kind of bounce back for St. Augustine. They come off a heartbreaking loss against Trenton Catholic. They come up with a win. They're now going to get their opportunity, I would say, probably to get another shot at Wildwood Catholic if Wildwood Catholic comes up with the win tonight against Millville.
Okay, of course, Wildwood Catholic is seeded number 2, so nothing against Millville, but you'd like to think that Wildwood Catholic will find a way to win on their home court. Home court advantage very appropriate there at Wildwood Catholic.
Well, it's important most places. It's really important, especially a team like Millville that plays like the St. Augustine. They like to get out and play in that style, and it constricts you a little by playing on a smaller court. But I would expect Wildwood Catholic to come out with a win and St. Augustine meet. And as we said, because of the President's Day holiday, they normally would go and play Monday night. They won't play until Thursday night would be the next time that St. Augustine will play. And then winner of that game, going to Stockton on next Saturday. for the Cape Atlantic Championship.
Real quick number check here. 23 points, a team game high for Marlon Hargis. He had 10 at the half, and he finished with 13 more, 23 points on the night. And Travis Stoll, he finished with 14, and meanwhile Jordan Kendrick finished with 9. So those three people getting it done offensively for St. Augustine. And I guess another turning point, we do have to mention Sam LaMonica had 10 points after the first half. He only had 3 more the rest of the way, so kudos to the defensive job that the Hermits did on him, wearing him down. And otherwise 10 points for the sharpshooter Drew Gallagher, who had some fantastic three-point range and shots that made, especially the one at the end of the first half. Tonight's game brought to you by Toyota of Vineland. So glad that they are with us. And there's the logo that we certainly have for you. And those guys really make it a possibility being here to do these games for you. Our crew is fantastic. I love working with these guys just like you do, Dave. We got Ryan Schumacher producing this game, Charles Hope on the camera up top, Joe Coffin also on the ground level camera, and tonight Kevin Rivera helping out with the graphics. Great job, guys. Always a pleasure to work with you, and we look forward to at least 1 or 2 more games before the season's out. We'll see how it goes.
We're going to get one more on March the 2nd. The first, will be the second round, actually, of the state tournament game. Most likely we'll see Paul VI in here for that game. And then if we can get by that one, as you look at the bracket, if you get by that, again, most likely Camden Catholic, it would be on March 5th. And those would both be here at St. Augustine. But as in any playoff, got to get by that first one. St. Augustine did it tonight here in the Cal playoffs. They got to do it again in the state tournament. And a little bit of the same feel for Holy Spirit on the other side, because Holy Spirit, when they get to their playoff matchups, they're going to have to play Immaculata first, and if they can get by that, they would go to Wildwood Catholic, and then possibly even St. Joe, if St. Joe could get by Trenton Catholic. So Holy Spirit's road will have a little local flavor to it if they can win in advance. We're hoping that St. Augustine can do it. We certainly wish Jamie Gillespie and Holy Spirit luck in their side on the non-public B.
It's the best part of the basketball season, the playoffs, of course. NCAA playoffs are exciting. So are the high school playoffs here in South Jersey. Every year they're filled with great action, and we hope to bring you some of that here on S&J Today Facebook Live, as well as the YouTube Live. He's Dave Catalana. I'm Fred Melendez. Will Morris, thank you for your help as always. Our final score tonight, St. Augustine pulls away in the fourth quarter to defeat Holy Spirit in the first round of the Cape Atlantic League Tournament, 54-42. Join us down the road for more basketball here on S&J Today Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.